Perfect.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the SAF Podcast. I am your substitute host. This is my second time, so please hold my hand and help me through this process, Isaiah.
I am holding your hand. It's clammy. Why is it? Are you?
I'm a very nervous man, Isaiah.
It's okay. I forgive you.
So as I said, I will be the substitute host today. Josiah Campbell Biggs, the one and only, part of the terrible threesome. Unfortunately, our third and most regular star of the threesome, Sterling Silver, is flying over to Zimbabwe again to help out the needy.
He's visiting. He's visiting Oz, actually. I think this time, because it's pretty windy stuff there, huh?
You think you're funny?
Yeah, I've been told several times I am quite the chuckle.
All right. Well, Isaiah, how about we start with your week? What have you been doing, and what have you not been doing?
I have not been working for the past week. I have been getting a new job, which I have got. I done got it. I have been watching many movies, which all, but not limited to, The Visit, Ex Machina, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I will be watching, later on tonight, Knock Knock. What was that other movie? I don't have it in here. I'll remember it sometime later. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have so far I've seen those 3 movies. I don't think there's anything else I've been watching for movies. I have been keeping up on exercising with my doggo. He's currently sleeping right next to me. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much my week. Yeah.
Nothing else exciting. No adventures. No falling into a rabbit hole. No.
No crazy.
No
girls.
No girl adventures.
Girl adventures. Do you just hate it when you just get texts in the middle of the night for
No.
They're just the randomest. No, you're sleeping. You are sleeping. You are comfortable. You're tired. You're sleeping, and you just get Snapchat after Snapchat after Snapchat, and you're kind of just like, yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, you're pretty cute and stuff, but I'm like trying to sleep, so. Yeah, so you're not really, like, into anything that anyone's sending you. So you're just kind of like, yeah, sure, whatever. And you just I'm like that. If I'm tired already, you don't go and wake me up to try and, like, to get your rocks off or just to flirt with me. I'm tired.
I'm sorry.
That is no time to try and flirt.
I'm sorry, Isaiah, that I actually make time for the people that I love. Besides the fact that most of the friends that I have from the hypest, like Sterling and Tim Buffman, they are like 2 hours behind me, and so I'll constantly get texts at like 2 and 3 in the morning from Tim talking about how awful Trudeau is in Canada and other
no, like I'm getting snaps
based subjects.
if I don't answer the snaps, I get a text. If I don't answer the text, I get a call.
What is she, your mom?
She's God damn it, dude. I don't mean to assume things here, but there's nothing that's been said really between me and her. Mm-hmm. She has a boyfriend, assumedly, which is why I'm not pursuing anything.
Yeah.
But yet, if she's coming at me knowing, and the time zone is lined up as well, so it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock where she is as well, knows full well that I am dead asleep.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is she doing and calling me for? Like, I understand, like, being friends and, like, leaving, like, one message on, like, Messenger or one Snapchat. One. Just tiny one. She'd be like, hey, hope you had a good day. Good night. Like, that's fine. Like, I didn't get to say good night to you. Like, I'll do that sometimes. Like, if I wake up and I was in a conversation prior, and I'll wake up at, like, 12 and be like, what the oh, shit. And, I'll send a text. But don't I don't like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still get texts from my last lady friend.
Yeah,
and
your last
like,
lady friend.
Yeah.
They do that sometimes.
And snaps and stuff like that, and she's always like, "Oh man, going to work and this and that." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
It's like, all right, go to work. Why are you snapping me? Just go to work.
I don't ever get angry with it.
Yeah. I saw this really cool video actually this week. It's of a marble machine this guy made.
Like an old style Rube Goldberg.
More like he cranks the crank and and he pulls a lever and certain sounds will come out because of the marbles are falling down and hitting them.
That instrument that guy made that's been all over everything.
Yes, that thing. That song has just been like constantly in my head, like just the song that it makes, and so I'm just sitting, like I'll just sit here and I'll just I'm just sitting there like thinking to myself like, shit, I gotta stop listening to this, so I'll like drown it out with something else. But then like 20 minutes later, it's just like back in my head. I'm like, fuck, all right, fine. I guess I gotta blast this while I'm doing dishes or walking the dog again. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much my week. Movies, Crazy Girl, machine that makes noise, and the homework of this podcast.
Yeah, so we'll get to homework much later.
Yeah.
As for me...
As for you...
everything's going as planned. I finished Kamen Rider Kiva and put out my review, and that was a great Kamen Rider for the ages. It's my number 4 so far out of my top 5. I can easily say number 4. No, it did take me a while to finish it, and it wasn't the easiest thing to watch through. At some points, I mean, the pacing is sometimes really good, and the pacing is really bad, and sometimes really good. But overall, the story is very coherent, very much makes sense, and is something that I can recommend to people who've never seen a Kamen Rider before. So, if you want to check out more, but the thing is that was probably one of my hardest like overviews of a Kamen Rider to write, because so much is just spoiler. Like, even delving into the secondary cast would have spoiled like so much. Like, knowing that ahead of time, the way that they introduce things, and the exposition of how the character development is one where you need to go in knowing nothing, or else it'll be bad. Yeah.
So would you like? Because I've never seen any Kamen Rider. How do you say it? How you either or?
Kamen.
Yeah. I've never seen any Kamen Rider, but so would you recommend this particular one to anyone who hasn't seen any?
Yeah.
Or would you? Okay.
It's very good standalone. There are some like 4s and Agito, which you need to kind of seen other Kamen Riders because they reference a lot of stuff from the ones previous.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, am I gonna miss a lot of things if I just?
Most of them are standalone. Every once in a while, you find one that either has a previous writer, like guest star, or like something happens and it's just like, oh, it's just like this one. Or there's like parallel events, like the writers are all in the same, like, because they're all in the same universe. Technically, it's just they're all in different cities.
Yeah.
And so, and even though the timelines differ, there's some that are supposed to be at the same time.
So you'll get this Kamen Rider from this city. Come on over because you need help.
Well, that's usually like a movie thing, not so much in the actual series. There's only like a few handful of times where the actual older Kamen Rider comes in and like helps out. They're very good to stay away from that and not, like have a filler episode like that.
So would they just like reference what another Kamen Rider is doing?
Well, in the case of like Kamen Rider 4s, it was the one right before Gaim that was in 2014. And so let's see. And so 4s was in 2013. And so in 2001, it references a Kamen Rider Kuga, which was the first one of the 2000s. And so that one, like, it goes way back and references this because they were like trying to learn, because they actually make a Kamen Rider club that becomes self-aware, because most of the time they don't call themselves Kamen Rider this, they just call themselves Kiva or Kuga or this or that, like usually the Kamen Rider is just a title bestowed upon them. Sometimes they get that reference, sometimes it's like some person tells them they're a Kamen Rider or something like that, but most of the time they don't add that on, except for where they become super self-aware in fours. Mm-hmm. And you see like a whole bunch of the old episodes, like they use a lot of footage from that, like researching all these heroes who've come in the past, because like, oh, I'm a Kamen Rider now. See, all these other guys have done it, because social media was like really big at that time. In like 2013, that's when it's kind of peaked, or internationally. And so they use that as a theme on a lot of the motifs are very in that time frame, because once cell phones became like a household item in Japan, like they started using cell phones to transform, and and there's one that's like really big on using cell phones, and and so it really just matters on what's going on, and like some of them have computers, and one of them writes for a blog, like that's his job. He does blogging online with his news group, and like everything is kind of just like, you can definitely tell when these were made.
Yeah.
On what's going around them, and the current decade they're in. But just moving on. Oh man, Haikyuu is just the second season. I can't tell you how much I love it. It is the epitome of sports anime. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
I love it. Every time I think they can't do it better, it's just like this beautiful, beautiful shot of this, like this ridiculous technique. And it's just like, yeah, I've trained my whole life doing this sort of volleyball, And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, have my children, please.
Fucking
yeah. Every time you think they pulled out all the stops, no. They come up with something different, something feasible, but something different,
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's that Japanese thing of like making everything, tweaking it to the furthest extreme,
Yeah.
Oh.
There was an anime that I forgot to mention that I watched and finished. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, or I just plain forgot. It was like It was like love something and chope. I don't know. It was I'll just explain it to you. Maybe you've already seen it. It's about this guy who used to act like this really edgy character in like middle school, but then he moves to like a different town to go to school, like to continue school, and he ends up finding another girl who's doing what he used to do, and he's just kind of like, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to deal with her. And she just is constantly following him around.
I think I've read that manga before. I don't think I've seen the anime.
Yeah, she has a eye patch on like her right eye, and like underneath it, it's like a contact lens that's gold.
No, this is something different. I've seen another one similar to that.
Let me see if I can. Oh, it's like Love Chunibyo, and other.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on the sites before. It's pretty popular.
It was like real. It was real. It was really awkward to watch, cause it's like we used to kid when you're a young lad and you want to escape from the world. You know what you do. You pretend things are a little bit more exciting than they really are.
You turn on anime. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You make things up. You pretend. And sometimes you pretend a little bit too much. And you go around school, or you go around to your friends, and you you pretend and use your imagination a little bit too much around these people, and in your later years, you remember said things you used to do, and you say, "Man, was I a fucking idiot?" Like
that Naruto headband I see in the background of your room.
Ah, shit! Don't even remind me. It's actually in my drawer right now. I only
Is it
used
shaking? Is it rattling?
Yeah, it's rattling. It's waiting to come back onto my forehead. It's only because I cosplayed as. It's only because I cosplayed as Kiba one time, and I stopped. I stopped from then on. It was like after my first anime Boston experience. I stopped.
Experiment.
Yeah, experiment. I was experimenting.
With
But like
anime.
I look up to like the top of my my bureau, and all there is Akamaru, Iggy, Ghost from what is that? Game of Thrones. They're like all right there. It's like all the top dogs and shows and animes that I've seen. Yeah, all top dogs.
Literally all the top dogs.
Like I'm looking around my room now, there's Deadpool posters and fucking Metal Gear posters, and I'm like, man, in like 2 more years, I'm gonna hate myself, or either I'm gonna hate myself or I'm gonna stick with this, and I'm gonna realize, man, I need to grow up, and then I'm not going to. It's probably the second option, and I'm still going to love it, but just like, I don't know. It's really weird because like you just see these, like, see what they do in the anime. It's really awkward to you. Oh, it is to me because I have like super stupid anxiety, like social anxiety with people. If I see someone being loud, or if I think I'm being loud, I instantly shut down, or I tell everyone around me, "Shh, calm down! Like you're being too loud. You're attracting attention. Shush, please." And then in reality, they're just talking normally with somebody. Or it'll be like 20 minutes of me doing something, or and I'll look out to my window like right now, and I'll realize that my window's open. So I'm like, it's like 7 o'clock at night. Everyone's asleep. It is quiet outside. Everyone can hear me, and I instantly just start going quiet because it's just realizing what you've been saying. Everyone heard. At least that's what I think. And like the possibility that everyone just has their windows closed because it's fucking freezing outside. So why would they have their windows open? I'm the only weirdo with the window open. I like my icebox of a room. That's why.
It's important. I have to keep my room cool because
My room needs to be at least.
Or my gaming computer needs a cool room.
Yeah, no. My Fusion core of a laptop needs needs to be at least below 0 to continue working without exploding in my own lap.
Now, well, back to my week.
Yep. Sorry, man.
It's fine. There's only 2 of us. We got to keep rolling whenever we can.
Yeah, right.
No, but speaking of animes, I had one that you need to watch. It's Yamada and the 7 Witches, and I think you'd like that.
I've seen that around. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it now.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
It's one of the best openings to an anime like that. And these for like the like adventure romance type ones. It has it's usually like really sometimes it's a really cringy opening. This one's actually pretty good. It has a pretty good song too. But besides that, I have something coming in the mail from Spain. I ordered a movie replica of the Deadpool mask.
Oh my god, nice.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Right? It's gonna be great.
I just finished getting my Little Mac pink hoodie and gloves not that long ago. And I've just been wearing them around the house. I went out actually yesterday and I wore the pink hoodie. And mostly just to get over the anxiety of having to walk around Boston for 3 days with it. I just wanted to get it over with now because it's honestly, in reality, it's just a hoodie.
Yeah.
Sure, it's pink. Yeah, so what? Like I should just get over that feeling right now of like people being like, oh, what is he like? homosexual and be like, nah, man, I don't have a problem
It's not a
with
rainbow.
homosexuals. Yeah, I know, right? It's not a rainbow, but like, I don't know. It's a weird thing that I need to get over because I just don't feel like I should have to worry about people thinking I'm gay.
Mm-hmm.
They should straight up they should be able to just see a guy wearing a sweater. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as you're not Puerto Rican, I don't see any problems with you walking around in Boston.
Yeah, right. No, I'm fine. Man. I'm actually sometimes afraid to go down to Boston from now on, especially after the was it in Boston? The bombings? The
You mean that was the Boston Marathon?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sometimes just a tiny bit afraid because one time, like last month, and I'm sorry if I keep on interrupting your week here.
We got a time to fill, my friend. Anyways, you did like your story in like 6 minutes, so might as well fill up as much as you can.
Because I just wanted to get it out there so that you can do yours, and then I forget that I keep on like having all these things to say.
What? Hey, just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. I'll stop you if you need to.
Yeah, please do. Like about a couple weeks ago, a guy comes in and he's from the Middle East. He straight up tells me, and he starts speaking to me. He starts speaking to me in like a different in his dialect. And
Hello, my friend. I'm from the Middle East. How are you doing?
No, not like he didn't straight up say that, but he spoke to me like I knew his language, and I was just like,
oh, it's because you're olive skin.
Sure, yeah. And he's like, oh, do you not speak? And I'm like, no. He's like, are you from Israel? Are you from out west, Middle West? And I'm like, yeah. I'm actually, my great granddad's Israeli. And he's like, oh, that's probably why I thought. And I was like, yeah, because I'm actually Hispanic, and then that's why I'm still pretty much brown. That's where that leads into this wonderful, this beautiful, handsome mess here. You see, with all this curly hair. Yeah. Do the eye wiggle towards.
Keep talking. Viewers. People can't see this at home. One of these days, next time we do this, we should just record video as well.
Oh God,
just two of us.
I have to get a better mic. I'll get a facelift.
People on the Co-optional podcast have worse.
Oh yeah.
Webcams than you do.
Jesus, my thing's from like fucking 3 years ago. Anyways, so yeah, that's what happened to me, and that's mostly with that. I'm just kind of afraid because people mistaken me for a lot of different things. They've mistaken me for people out in the Midwest. They've mistaken me for Indian. They've mistaken me for Indian or Native American. Sorry.
It's okay. They call them Indians out here. They have Indian hospitals here. The fact that they want you to call them Native Americans is mostly just social justice bullcrap.
Okay. And
because they themselves call themselves Indians all the frickin' time.
Yeah. That's weird. And then like they mistaken me for other Hispanic cultures, but it's just like it's just so easy for me to possibly fit into any one of those that's why it scares me sometimes, is that someone's going to come up to me and just some random bullshit, you know what I mean? Because people are stupid. I mean, Trump is the front runner for the Republican Party right now. People are real stupid.
Just barely. The Zodiac Killer is catching up to him.
Oh my God, yes. Please.
Of course, I am glad that Oklahoma, my state, put Ted Cruz as the winner of the primary.
You go.
And I voted for Ted Cruz.
Good job. I'm hoping Byrne really gets up there. Mostly just because I don't know why. He just seems like a real chipper old man. Kind of needs to at least needs to beat Hillary. I am not about a woman who constantly lies about what's been happening.
And that's where we're going to draw the line on politics.
Yes.
If we get too political in this, I'm going to shut you down on why.
You probably are, because I'm honestly, at this point, I just want anyone besides Trump. That's it. That's my political view today. Is just.
And I can agree with that. I don't want Trump or Hillary. I don't want either of them.
Oh, thank you.
House,
okay, that's it. That's all we need to say. No Trump, no Hillary. That's it. On to the next. On to your week. Come on, continue before we continue talking.
Okay. And so, keeping up with all the weeklies. The new Dragon Ball Super hasn't come out yet, so I haven't watched that. New One Piece. Luffy is about to kick the shit out of Don Flamingo, and he's about to kill him, just straight up kill him dead, basically.
I don't know what these words mean, but come on.
Assassination Classroom Season 2 is going strong, really good. 2 thumbs up. Let's see here. Gate 2.
I need to watch Gate. I've seen
it's
clips
going pretty
of Gate,
good.
And I need to watch it.
It's not cringy yet, and it's not super creepy yet. It's walking the line though. So. Oh, and Prince of Stride. It's super gay now. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking gay. They even had a pool episode.
But you love it though.
I love it. I do. The characters are done so well. It's such a good story too, but they're super gay. I mean, one of them's literally a trap. I mean, literally, he does a fashion show where he dresses in all women's stuff. Like it's like against his will, but he still does it, and he complains about it even though he's still doing it. But
it sounds like a Joseph thing to do.
Yeah, a little bit worse than Joseph. But and Dagashi Kashi, man, oh my gosh, it is going places. It's probably my vote for the number one anime this season.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice.
But besides that, let's see, what else did I see? Oh, I went and saw. There's a little place downtown here called the Circle Cinema, and they show classic movies and cult classics each weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 o'clock. They have one showing each night. And this weekend's was An American Werewolf in London.
Oh.
And I went to go see that in theaters. So that was great. Oh my gosh. I love that movie so much.
That's a real good one.
And especially since it came out in theaters when I was born, it was nice that I was actually given the chance to go see it in theaters. So, but besides all of that, let's see here, what else is coming out? Let's see. Oh, it's just 5 days until 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I am pumped. I want to see that so bad because the first Cloverfield was I wouldn't say it's one of the first 10 Cloverfield Lane is like a
it has nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with it.
Has nothing to do.
I could have sworn the words.
Nope, everyone thought that, but nope.
Because it looks just like a. It doesn't.
It doesn't look just like it.
I mean, it doesn't just look like it. I mean, it's kind of.
Oh, they're both movies. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of them's a found footage movie, and the other one looks like it's professionally produced and actually has good camera angles.
Oh snap!
I'm sorry, I was not happy with Cloverfield.
Back with
okay.
2008, right?
7, 8, somewhere around there.
7, 8. Oh snap! Bad cinematography.
No, I mean literally, that was the worst. I can handle found footage,
as
into
a little
the,
baby, I was fine with it.
No, it's just all the good parts. It's seriously, it's we spent all the budget on things that didn't matter, and then we didn't show you the creature until the last second, and then it was a bad CGI representation.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
You gotta understand, I'm a big kaiju guy, okay? I like monster movies, okay? I like it when you get to see the beast, okay? I like the creature designs. Creature features are my thing. If I don't get to see the creature...
I thought that creature was well designed.
I like the design of the creature, the implementation, and the actual, effects behind it, poor.
Yeah. I can't not say that. I was really cool. The first thing that you were kind of whoa, monster, is when it threw the fucking head of the Empire State.
Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I'm a big dummy. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that was a really cool thing. But no, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I have high hopes for J.J. Abrams, man.
J.J. Abrams is, oh, God bless, God bless.
Papa bless.
Papa bless.
But, no, yeah, so that's coming out. That's probably the first movie besides Deadpool that I've been really excited to see.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how I feel about Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse, though.
I haven't seen Days of Futures Past,
Mm-hmm.
so I was told they fix a lot of the wrongs that happened in the past X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Which makes me happy and hopeful because at least Fox was smart enough to do that. That was a really good move apparently by Fox to do that.
That's the only way they can do it, so.
Because you done fucked up many times with the goddamn X-Men movies. So I got to still see that. What is this, Apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen much for it lately. I've been just too busy with other movies and things like that to have come out. Speaking of which,
well, didn't you see? Wasn't there a trailer for Deadpool?
There might have been, but I was too busy probably talking about some Deadpool with somebody. I told you that. It's that I missed all of the credits and all the trailers for movies because I was too busy talking about Deadpool with somebody else.
Yeah, I know. Some guy's girlfriend. Yeah,
some guy's girlfriend or some guy. Or just some person. I didn't care much. It was just Deadpool.
Deadpool.
God bless. Yeah. So I gotta see before I go see Apocalypse. I'll probably rent online or through Redbox if they're still selling it. Days of Futures Past.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably pick it up at like a Walmart or somewhere if it's good enough to.
Yeah.
Actually buy. I'll probably do that.
Oh, by the way, speaking about movies at Walmart, they're selling Creed, that new Rocky film there for $15, and it is well worth that price.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was gonna say there's 2 boxing movies that I haven't seen yet: Creed and Southpaw.
Don't see Southpaw.
Don't?
No, literally. Okay, the whole point of the movie is that he switches stance at the end of the film and catches the guy with it, and it's like that's not even Southpaw. Like he's like traditional, like he's an orthodox boxer, and then he switches stance to get the winning blow.
So wait, so he's like
you know that part in Ippo? Have you seen Ippo?
And then he season? That's fucking.
Have you seen Ippo the first season where he does that? Where the guy shuts down his left, and then so he switches and hits him with the right.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Except for not as cool because it's not Ippo. And then they named the whole movie Southpaw.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not cool because it's not Ippo and doesn't have jet engine sounds.
And yeah, that's the truth. But no, besides that, like it's called switchfoot. That's what you do when you switch your stance. Like it's switchfoot. Like you don't call it Southpaw unless the guy's a left-handed boxer for the entire film.
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky was a Southpaw.
I thought maybe he was just. I thought the movie was called Southpaw because he was facing a person who was Southpaw.
No.
No, not even that.
No,
they couldn't even do that. They couldn't even do that. I was at least gonna be like hoping for that.
It was an eye candy movie. That's all it was. And yet somehow that got more views than Creed, even though Creed got like 94% Rotten Tomatoes, like best boxing film of this century, this decade so far. Like it's like I don't understand. People, eye candy somehow wins. I don't know. I've been preaching to people to go see Creed, and somehow it's already on DVD.
Have you seen that man? Have you seen Jake Gyllenhaal? Have you seen Jake Gyllenhaal?
Have you seen Michael B. Jordan?
Have you seen that? No, not yet. He was in That's the actor in Creed. He was in
I only remember his name because it's Michael Jordan with a B in the middle.
Yeah, Michael Jordan with a B. Yeah, because he plays his Apollo's son, right? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, he was in Chronicle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why I know of him, like at all, because it was. I love Chronicle. But yeah, I guess I will just go pick up Creed then, because I don't think they're showing it in the movie theaters anymore.
Nope. It's sad, but it's true.
They're still showing Force Awakens though, so I'm real hoping.
I mean, then I gotta stop that for a while. So.
No. They probably shouldn't stop Deadpool either. I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, if I'm the only person still buying a ticket, that means that at least someone's making sale off of it. So they should keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
So just saying. Is there anything else from your week?
Oh well, not so much my week, but as things to come, just a little bit early here. March 8th is National Pancake Day.
Ooh.
And so you get your butt down to IHOP and get that free stack of 3 pancakes.
Oh, baby. Yes. I gotta
so
do
everybody knows, just all 6 of our listeners.
Yeah, all hand of you.
Mm-hmm.
All handful of you. Go get your pancakes, man.
Yeah. And also, today is National Oreo Day.
This is not a sponsor. This is not a sponsored podcast for Oreo or IHOP. Just letting you know, we just really like these products.
Well, that and it was on, it's on Facebook trending right now. Is that it's National Oreo Day? So.
Oh shit! I don't have any Oreos.
I have some churros, Oreo churros in the freezer.
All around me are familiar. Was going to, yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel right now. Shit. Yeah. Hey, happy Oreo Day. Eat your Cheerio Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Your Cheerios.
Don't drown them, though.
Nope.
Don't drown them.
Nope. What is it? Things to come for me. Still looking forward to Visage. That is a thing that I'm still waiting for. There's actually a new trailer for a different game that's coming out. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's I'll tell you the story about it. Pretty much what happens is that the trailer starts out. You are a husband. You were getting a phone call at home. You find out that your wife and daughter have been taken from you, and that you will need to play along in whoever's calling you's game before you can see them again. And that's pretty much just how it is that you're just home so far as what I've seen, that you have to just do whatever he says. This involves like killing people, running errands. It's a real spooky thing to think of, because it's just terrifying to think about. The Works of Mercy. It's an Unreal 4 engine game, I believe. And Unreal 4. It's on Kickstarter right now for PC. Just go check out the trailer for it. I can't wait for this game to come out. Actually, it gave me. It was like probably one of the only games this year, like one of the game trailers that I've seen that gave me chills. Like I've been waiting for horror games, which is why Visage has been like top one game for me, like just in the waiting list. And then there's this that came out of nowhere. So I have 2 games that I am just Papa blessing for. I am praying that these games come out this year so that I can play them, and that I have a new computer by then.
Oh hey, by the way, you got me thinking. Did you see the fights last night?
No, I was a sleep boy. I was a tired boy.
Well, I am proud to say that McGregor finally ate his humble pie, and he lost his belt to Nate Diaz.
Boy, oh boy. How did he take it? How did he take it? TKO? Knock it?
Choke. He got choked out. Rear naked choke. Second round.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you see it too. Nate Diaz is just bop bop bop, and then McGregor's like and then he just gets him
like,
right there.
Stop! I don't want to.
I know it really looks like that. His hands like move a little bit,
up,
and
just... no,
he's on his back, and he's like,
I don't want it.
And then he's all like, I'm gonna be humble in my defeat, blah blah blah. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be the best guy I'm gonna be. I'm holding back all of my criticisms right now because I gotta look good in public face. No, that's like the thought process that he has. He can say he's humble as much as he can, but after talking smack about him being the top 9 fighters weight by weight best in the world, like it's like, how you come back from saying that,
I would like to believe that if I ever got into it professionally, I wouldn't be such a shit about it. But then again, I won't know how I react until I'm actually in that place. because that's always how it is. You don't know how you're going to react. You can sit here and say as much as you want, I'm not going to act this way. I'm not going to let, this, and this dictate me. And then, 2 years down the road, it's happening, and you're letting those exact same insecurities and fears dictate you. And it's just how it is. But, yeah, damn. Second round. Fuck.
I mean, there's only 4 rounds for a championship fight, though.
Yeah.
But now, because
gave it his all.
You and I are not the biggest gamers, I looked up some gaming news for us to go over and commentate on.
I'm a big gamer. I play games all day. Don't look at me like that. Don't break your... What are you doing? Oh no, The Grudge.
So basically, we have Uncharted 4 public beta is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
still need to play through all of the series before I can even get there.
And let's see here. Looks like they're having a lot of troubles with that too, because there's several articles about it.
Mm-hmm. Street Fighter 5.
Oh wow! And Dying Light is getting 4 new maps that are player created. That should be interesting. Da-da-da. But besides, let's see here. Oh wow! And this is video game and movie news. It looks like so far DC Cinema is saying that Green Lantern won't appear in the their DC universe until Justice League Part 2.
That makes sense. I'm just gonna put that out there. Is that makes more sense than them having him straight away into the Justice League, because I don't know. It just feels right, I guess, as a choice. Like, hey, here's this guy who just surveys all of this part of the galaxy for us. So I mean,
Well, also because they lost their man to Marvel.
They lost their moneymaker to Marvel.
Yeah.
God damn it. He wouldn't even come back even if they were like, hey, we want you to do Justice League. No, he's like, fuck that. I got Deadpool. I got the Avengers. I got shit to do.
Yeah. No, and speaking of Ryan Reynolds, this whole
beautiful man.
Deadpool craze, the fact that a rated R superhero movie did so well is now putting the pressure on ones in the works on whether they're going to be PG-13 or rated R, and so it's kind of opened up the floodgates on that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all when they've already made their choice and decision on things.
Well, no, I mean like films to come, though, like the ones coming up later this year, the ones coming up next year. Yeah. Like the stuff that's already being filmed right now and, still being, worked on. It's kind of opened up floodgates. It's like, well, should we make it rated R and catch the hype train, or should, should we keep PG-13, or what? What are the men in suits gonna say to us? This and that,
I feel like right now the way that the way that Marvel mostly has their movies, they should stick with the PG-13 rating. Like whenever they do an Avengers movie, they should stick with the PG-13 rating, because that's how it started, that's how it's going, and so far that's the most that's the most money that they're ever going to get generated, especially because with the PG-13 rating for something as big as the Avengers, you get the adults and you get the kids. You are getting 2 major parts of this thing that have been going on for a while, and if you just make it rated R, then it's just going to be the adults that are going to be going. And
with like Captain America and Ant-Man and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to make a rated R movie after.
Yeah, how are you going to make a rated R Ant-Man? Like what is it?
I can think of a couple ways.
Ant-Man gets fucking stepped on? Like, what?
How about we bring it back to original Ant-Man, who used to physically abuse his wife and...
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Had partial psychosis.
But thing is that also could be PG-13, because there have been plenty of PG-13 movies that have had spousal abuse in it.
No, I mean, he used to, beat
yeah,
her,
I know what you're talking about, but they can at least go as far as to implicate she's fucking knock it the fuck out. You know? Like, we've had Wolverine movies where he was killing people left and right, and they were rated PG-13 with no blood. Or with or without blood.
There were stab wounds. There was always like marks and stuff.
Yeah,
like
there was always the point after.
Yeah.
It was always showing after, not during and or before.
Well, speaking of Wolverine, they got that old man Wolverine coming out for Wolverine 3.
Yeah, I want to see that. Because
and so that's gonna be old man Logan, and it's gonna be rated R.
That's really interesting because by that point, it's so far in the that's really far in the future. I just want to say that's really far in the future.
Well, it's taking its inspiration obviously from a book, a comic book series that deals with that, and so it's gonna kind of be its own side project thing, kind of like when he went to Japan.
Yeah.
It's kind of telling stories, popular stories from the comics that aren't necessarily in the Fox Marvel universe.
Yeah. Is this when he has his healing factor or no? Because I want to say that if he still has his healing factor and he's old man Wolverine, this is definitely after Apocalypse. I would have to say.
Yeah, it has to be.
This is way after when the world is supposed to end in the X-Men universe.
I'm not too sure about it myself. Just the tiny bits of details have come out so far. I don't really know, what exact story they're following here until that sort of stuff gets leaked. We won't really know for sure. In other big superhero news, the Big Hero 6 sequel will be an animated TV series and not a movie.
Now,
I know you've been dying to talk about this, Isaiah.
Now, why you gotta go and do that? Why?
Yeah, it's popular.
I mean, it's popular, but you can just leave it as a one-hit wonder. Why do they always have to, honestly...
I mean, some of the best old Disney cartoons are based off of a movie.
Yeah, I know. But, I don't think... I don't know. I much rather would have liked Big Hero 6 to just stay the movie. That's it. I'm fine with it. That's fine. I would have just loved for it to stay the movie. If they're doing a TV show, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. I'm gonna have my gripes about it. I'm gonna be like, oh, I kind of wish it's just kind of stayed one thing. I'll be like that up until I actually see it. If I see it and it go through as a good reading for me, I'll be like, all right, I guess this one wasn't a loss or wasn't a bad thing. But Madagascar. Remember that good old one hit?
I love that movie, man.
Remember that good old one hit movie, and then they made it into 5, and then they made animated TV shows about it, and they were all bad.
No. Penguins of Madagascar was the best TV show on at its time.
No, it wasn't. You're smiling. Yes, don't lie to me. Yeah, you're lying.
I'm not lying. I love that show. I've watched every single episode of that show.
How could it's just so bad.
It's not bad. You just have to turn your brain off.
I like my brain. I don't watch it.
No, I liked it because I had a roommate at the time who was just like King Julian. He had a funny accent, and he only thought about himself, and it was very funny contrast.
That's a terrible reason.
No, it's not.
That's bad.
Speaking of terrible reasons, I'm on fire today. Ghostbusters 3.
Oh.
Did you see the trailer?
Nope, because I am staying away from that pile of mess.
No, you need to watch the trailer.
I don't want to watch the trailer.
No, you just need to watch the trailer.
I don't want to watch the trailer. Oh god, fine. I'll watch the trailer, but
it's just a minute. It's 2 minutes. Just watch the trailer.
Why?
Because
why do you want to do this?
Because you need to know how bad it is.
No, I mean why do they want to make an all-female cast Ghostbusters? Yeah, sure, yay, rights, but fucking dude, it's done. It's over with. Ghostbusters is done.
Well,
Why?
I mean, not only that, but they're kind of spitting on Harold Ramis's grave here.
Yeah, how? Tell me. Besides actually making the movie.
I mean, he starred in the film. He wrote the first 2 Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, he died. I want to say 2014.
And they finished the third Ghostbusters, right? There was 3.
No, this is the third one.
Oh, I thought there were 3 Ghostbusters.
No, there's the first one.
And the second
one. The best one. The second one, The Secret of the Ooze. Or is that Ninja Turtles? I can't remember.
That's Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
now,
okay.
I know you're fudging around. But
no, I mean, you know, the ooze underneath the streets or whatever. The Carpathian war god.
Yep.
And so, but no, I mean, like Harold Ramis used to be a huge writer for SNL. And he even starred in the Ghostbusters films, and so it was heartbreaking to see him go, and then they make this atrocity after he died.
Why would they, I can get it, I actually can't
watch the trailer. No, because you would think, oh, okay, this probably won't be that bad. It won't be great. It won't be the original cast.
I know it's going to be bad, because it's just...
No, but you got to see how bad it is. And then you got to see the people who are... No, wait. Well, let me finish my sentence, Isaiah. You need to watch it, see how bad it is, and then see people trying to defend this movie because they say that people are just upset and prejudge it because it's all female.
That's like saying, why is the Oscar all white people? Well, maybe black people just sucked at acting this year.
Thank you for saying that, and me not.
No, because it's fucking true. People need to stop acting like little babies and saying that race is such a big thing.
It's an optional award.
You fucking suck at it. I'm sorry that your movies weren't great that year. What movies were playing that year that they had a couple Will Smith and Jaden Smith movies that bombed. They had the Fantastic Four movie that was shit ass terrible. What are the movies that had black people in it that year?
Creed.
No, last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, but they didn't have much time for them to be nominated for a goddamn.
I mean, Sylvester Stallone was nominated for his best supporting role.
Well, that means that clearly just the main role just wasn't that well. They have to.
Well, I know. I mean, the movie really did highlight Sylvester Stallone. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of the whole point, was that Rocky was taking an apprentice, someone under his wing and everything like that. But no, I mean, the movie was nominated for a couple things. It just wasn't leading actor.
Yeah, there just was no leading actor. It was a good movie. It was good, but just. That's what people have to realize, is that you can't just sit there and shout racism when it's all due to your performance, You know
the history of the Oscars and the breakdown between how many Oscars over the time, the black people have been nominated that have been won by black people?
Yeah.
About 18%. You know how much of the US population is made up by African Americans? 18%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the same?
And so it's almost perfectly represented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't understand here, people, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Get your heads out of your asses. Stop fighting for rights that you clearly don't own. And if you do own those rights,
it's not a right. That's the thing. It's not a right.
No. I mean, the people who think that they have. The right to do those things. You don't have a right. It's a privilege. You work for it. All right? You didn't work hard enough for it. Get over it.
I mean, Leo's been working 20 years for that.
Yeah. Leo, you have all seen how great Leo has been of an actor for 20 years? 20,
more than that.
20 plus years. And each time he's been nominated for an Oscar, he never wins it. There have been multiple times where he has actually lost it to a black nominee. Yeah. And you're going to sit here and complain. He finally just got it. After 20 plus years of acting, after I believe 8 nominations or 8 plus nominations to the Oscars. It's hard work and dedication. You just don't get it because of your color. You just don't get it because you think you should deserve it. You get it because you worked for it. That's how that works. So
basically, just go watch Chris Rock's speech at the Oscars. Because he was pretty much dead on. He basically went over all the reasons why it's stupid and why people shouldn't be boycotting and why it's just a silly award anyways.
Oh, good. You know what? Good for Chris Rock for actually saying that shit, because I would have said that. I actually just did say that, so.
Well, it's great. It's good that he said it and not somebody who's white, because that would just entice them even more.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so he said what needed to be said. He's the real hero. Now, at our hour mark, we've got to start talking about our homework, which Mr. Isaiah was kind enough to assign this week.
Yeah, which I really wish I didn't assign this week.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, sure. Our homework this week was to watch an animated movie called "The Place Promised." The Place Promised in Our Early Days. Josiah, would you like to say the Japanese version of this?
Give me 1 second. I'm still looking up for the.
Because you said it earlier.
No, I said another film done by Makoto Shinkai. But this was his earliest film of the big four that he did. This one, the Japanese title for this one is Kumo no Muko Yakusoku no Basho.
Yes. This movie, it appears to be about 3 people, 2 boys and 1 girl. The boys have a dream to build a plane and go visit a specific tower in this world.
A mysterious tower. No one really knows at the time what it does.
Yeah, and this girl one of their classmates just wants to just come over and hang out and see what the plane's about, and it just goes off from there into plot.
Well, it kind of builds up how they both kind of like her, and they both kind of know that they both kind of like her before they start inviting her over and stuff like that.
They're like, oh, well, I guess I like her. It's like, well, you turned her down. I don't mean that. Baka.
What are you talking about? He didn't turn her down. He turned out someone else.
Oh, okay. I see. The girl. You were right when you said that the girls are just so easily confusable.
No, because she's a second. She's a third year, just like them. And the girl who asked, was it Takia or Hiroki? I can't remember.
No glasses. No glasses.
Yeah. Ask him out was the first year.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Do you want to give our ratings first off, and then just describe why we gave it that rating?
Yeah, sure.
I give this movie a 2 out of 5.
I wouldn't go that low. I give this movie a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
Purely
really?
because it's watchable. It's well animated, just like Makoto Shinkai's movies. The animation is strictly beautiful. I think the reason that I kind of lost touch with it more was that it was dubbed and not subbed. I only ever watch his movies subbed, and this is the first one I've ever watched dubbed. Fully, I've seen bits and pieces of other ones dubbed. And it's really hard to capture a lot of the emotion that he tries to portray through his characters without having someone having localization. It's really hard to do that with some of the voice actors that we have here in the States or in Britain. I don't know where they voice acted it, but because a lot of the times he likes to do the subtle romance. In fact, that's what he's known best for, is amazing art style and subtle romance, in which it's not what's said, it's what isn't said, and it's really more the body motion and the way the body speaks that it should be interpreted instead of beautiful words.
Yeah.
But no, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's definitely watchable. I'd probably do better if I watched it again, because I kind of lost interest halfway through. I mean, it's not a terrible movie by any means, but it's not as good as some of his other films at all.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie.
No. But I mean, it's definitely watchable. I mean,
I think I was a little bit too harsh on that. I think I'll go with what you're saying, is give it a 3 out of 5 or a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, because once you, that's why I like the 10 scale, because usually 6 out. I mean, because 5 is average, 6 is a little bit. I mean, that's how you judge it.
Okay.
If you can't sit through it, it should be lower than a 5, basically.
Yeah, I guess for me then it was a 5. Because there were some points where I was just like, I don't I kind of just want to skip ahead and see what happens.
Yeah, I know.
There was some,
I know that feeling.
there were some antsy points like that in this movie for me, where it was just I didn't care. The movie didn't make me care for anything that was going on, particularly that was going on in the story or to the characters. The kid was just so damn depressing. No glasses. At one point, because I honestly can't remember their names. That's how, like, if I can't remember characters' names, there's a problem there.
Yeah, Hiroki. Hiroki is the
Hiroki.
no glasses guy. Yeah,
No glasses, okay.
Takia is glasses. Hiroki's no glasses.
Well, there was a point after there's a 3-year time skip in this movie.
Which they don't tell you about at all.
No, they do. They just flash like this, like, well, because we didn't have it fully subtitled. They just flashed the number 3 ahead.
Yeah.
On a black screen, and then it just jumps to 3 years later. So I just assumed that, hey, there's a number 3 and some words happened. It's 3 years later.
Still, it's a terrible transition.
Yeah, it is. Hiroki and what's the other guy's name?
Takuya.
Takuya and the girl have all split up.
Sayuri.
Yeah, Sayuri. Later out, we find out Sayuri's been in a coma for 3 years. She's gone missing.
In and out.
Yeah, in and out. She's been missing since for 3 years. Takuya has gone on to work with somewhat of a NASA sort of group, I want to say, right?
Independent scientist.
Yeah, he's a scientist. Works with just he does sciencey things. And Hiroki is a depressing high schooler still.
Yeah.
Like, he's absolutely, like, there was one point where I'm quoting this, I think verbatim. I go to the train station and pretend to wait for someone. And when I get bored of that, I go back home to my room.
As slowly as possible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as slowly as possible.
That part really, like, that's what it really, like, caught me, like, hooked me in, was at that point, I'm like, I've done that before.
No, the thing is with me is that made me so, like, you lose your friends, and it's 3 years later, and you're wallowing over it still.
No, he was actually out of high school at that point.
Okay.
Because he was talking in the past tense, like, he used to go to school, he had plenty of friends in high school, but he never really hung out with them outside of it. Like, he'd just been so depressed after, like, it was basically just, like, showing his descent into the depression-like state that we found him in 3 years later.
It was really weird because, it's just like, you look like you have, like, this really fine life, and I understand it with some people. You things may seem nice, or things are going nice for you. You just don't feel like they really are, that they truly are, that you're really happy, and I understand that. But for me, it just didn't click right. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was a thing that should happen, especially because they were so driven to build this plane early on that just because one person had left. They stopped. They just completely halted something that they were doing, all because of a new entry into their triangle, their triangle, and then the other one left off to a different school, so he's just gone, and Hiroshi's just left quote unquote alone. And I say this because Hiroki. He still has friends. He still has friends around, which is why I say that, quote unquote, he's alone. It looks like he has a love interest at this point in time. Someone he might be dating, or maybe just a really close friend who's a girl.
I think you're talking about Taki at this point.
The girl?
Because you mean the
No,
girl
I'm talking.
in the lab?
I'm talking about Hiroki, because he also had a point. There was also a point in the in his voiceover where he's talking about, like, his life and blah blah blah, where he's shown with another girl. Walking around the train station or walking home, or things like that. So it's I assumed it was either his girlfriend or a really close friend who's just a girl.
Isaiah, I don't think you picked up on this, but those were memories of Sayuri that he was projecting.
Was that Sayuri?
Yes, that was Sayuri.
Boy, I see what I mean. How I just don't.
Her hairstyle. That's how you're supposed to tell.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. It didn't look like her hairstyle to me.
It was.
It was. I
Yeah.
tell you, this movie has got me so messed up because it just didn't clarify things correctly. There was no clear, hey, this is what happening, this is who, this is what. You know, like it just wasn't forward. Things things had to be found out, and when they found out, they were poorly executed.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that, like, I don't want to put too much hate onto it, but like that's just how it was for me. Things just weren't explained, and they were just kind of like, "Hey, it's happening. Figure it out, kid."
See, that's another thing why I kind of wish we would have watched the sub, because a lot of his films have a lot of things that can't really be translated accurately. And so, because I've seen all of his other films in the, subtitled, and it is, he has a very distinct style that he likes to go on. Of course, this is one of his earlier films, so he's still defining that sort of...
that style of his.
Yeah, that style. But I never had this problem with any of his other films as much as I had with this one. And I think it may have just come down to the English dubbing. Because a lot of the times they seem really unsure with their lines. And like I feel like they don't know what they're supposed to convey as far as emotion-wise.
Yeah. More on the story. I'm trying to remember because, like I said, I can't. It's really foggy.
So basically, I'll take it from here.
Yeah,
so
because you have more memory, and I'm sorry to have you do this. You got a headache and stuff like that.
No, that's fine. No, so basically, so Takuya is in his lab, and they start doing research on the tower, because they're both still obsessed about the tower. They just kind of split up, because the reason they really split up is that Sayuri kind of vanished, and then they both got angry at each other, and then they both split up and went to different high schools, and so they kind of, like, divided themselves spat over the girl, and so... So Takuya, he's at the lab. He's got a kind of a new lovu interest.
Yeah.
And she kind of she's pretty sarcastic and likes messing with him.
She instantly, because it jumped 3 years ahead, and I didn't know that Sayuri was missing. I instantly thought that was Sayuri.
Yeah, they take forever to tell you that Sayuri's missing, which doesn't help the film at all.
Yeah, she's missing. Wait, what? Excuse me?
But, so basically, he's doing research on the tower. He's the leader of the project, and at such a young age, everybody's like, oh, you're so good, blah, 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 blah. Another thing that gets you confused about this new girl, Megumi, and thinking that she's Sayuri is because they both have an obsession with dreams, which doesn't help until they make the distinction later that she is definitely not Sayuri. And so he goes back to his old boss, because there's basically this struggle in between two sides. Japan's been split in half. There's the Union, and then there's the Japanese United States. And so we don't get a lot to know how this conflict started, what's it about. All we know is that it happened one day, and a whole bunch of families are split across the line. Basically, it's like a Berlin Wall of future time.
And we don't really know whether the United States took over Japan, or if it's just...
Or if they're just helping them, or if it's an alliance. We don't really know. That's just how it's referenced.
It's just there.
But that aside, so the tower is on the opposite side of this border, and they're trying to secretly research it as this private company, trying to find out what it does, how it does, blah, blah, blah. And so Hiroki and Takuya used to work at a machine shop when they were in middle school to save money to build that plane. And so Takuya goes back, and he visits the old shop owner because he knows he's been doing some illegal things. And so he goes because they're going to go get intel on getting close enough to the tower to see if they can damage it, because they think it's some sort of weapon. And so he wants to learn more about the tower, so he tags along. They almost get shot down by the Coast Guard because they're going across international waters at that point, and go too far over the line. And onto the other side, they get caught. He gets shot in the shoulder. Everybody's like, oh, what happened? But we really know what happened. Basically, everybody somehow knows what happened to him without even having to ask.
It's one of those anime things where everyone just knows as soon as it happens.
Well, he loves the tower so much, I think they could all put two and two together.
Did you try and bone the tower?
Basically. But, and so Takuya and Hiroki both kind of find out at simultaneous times that Sayuri is connected to the tower. Her grandfather made the tower. And as long as she's asleep, the dimensions won't leak through, because they found out the whole thing is about multiple dimensions, like 15 different dimensions.
Oh, and by the way, if we haven't explained this before, she's totally in a coma, which is not really a coma. It's just her delving around and playing around with the other dimensions somehow.
They have to keep her asleep because she is the key to the tower. It awakened one day, the day before she went missing. And so basically they have to sedate her to make sure she's asleep so she doesn't
activate her stand.
Converge all the dimensions together and basically annihilate this universe. And so they're purposely sedating her, moving her from hospital to hospital, making sure no one can find her because it's a national secret. And she could be used as a weapon or, ransom or whatever. And so Takuya finds this out because one of his friends is one of the operators who handles her and makes sure, he's kind of like the boss over all the hidden ops around keeping Sayuri secret and safe and everything like that. And then Hiroki gets a letter from her, and he's been chasing her because he can feel her aura or something like that in a place. He can just sense her presence.
That was the weirdest part of this, is that he just somehow is also kind of connected to said dimensions with her. He's more connected to her than anything else, but it's weird.
Well, I mean, she keeps on calling out to him, too, so it kind of makes sense.
I mean, if that's what was happening, then yeah, I get that, but I don't know.
Well, every time she's in the other dimension, she keeps calling out to him. And so basically, he puts two together, Hiroki does. We need to fly the plane to the tower, because that'll break her out of her coma and stop her from, being what she is. And so basically, he gets in the fight with Takuya, who says, no, we can't do that. They're going to destroy the tower, because that's what their boss is. Okabe, he's their boss, who's the secret underground resistance, who's going to just go up, destroy the tower, and, get rid of it as a weapon, because he thinks it's too dangerous. And so they get their hands on that weapon, a missile.
A big bomb.
Yeah. And so eventually they decide to finish the plane, and they rescue Sayuri and put her in the plane.
There's one key thing that you're missing here is Takuya and Hiroshi had a fight in the hangar where the plane was. But Takuya pulls a gun on Hiroshi and says, either we save her or we save the world. And then he just simply just walks out.
No, he shoots the plane, dude.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he shoots at the plane because
he shoots the plane to make sure that he can't fly it himself.
That when he shot the plane, the scene was pulled out, so it was showing the hangar. The gunshot goes off. The gun is on the floor, and it looks like Hiroshi might have done something to Takuya, because Takuya's bent over, hand under his other broken arm, and he's just kind of eh. So I'm just guessing here. Hiroshi must have fucking pushed him, punched him, or did something, and he dropped the gun and missed. Hopefully, which is why Takuya returns with a punch to the face and a gun pointing at Hiroshi, who is now on the floor. But pretty much at that point, it seems like Takuya was just very solid on either do one or the other. At that point.
Well, he's concerned because he's the theorist on this whole project, saying if we get Sayuri too close to the tower, bad things going to happen. And so he wants the tower to be, well, he doesn't want the tower to be destroyed, but he thinks it's probably the best way to get everything handled safely.
Yeah.
He's not too grand of it either, but what you got to do what you got to do.
Many are the few.
Yeah. But, and so basically, eventually, Hiroki takes her up, and he touches into the other dimension with the plane they built.
He does a barrel roll.
Yeah, basically. Rescues her, brings her consciousness back from the other dimension, puts it back in her body, and then the resistance group blows up the tower. Everything's safe, and everybody goes home, and it's all happy hunky dory.
See, that was too. That ending, I didn't like. I didn't like how that was. I didn't like how it was orchestrated. There was too many things that didn't make sense to me still. Hey, why are these two sides even fighting in the first place? Second off, why is she connected to the other dimensions? Third, why was this thing even made in the first place? There's so many questions. How was it made in the first place? There's so many things.
One of the reasons why she's so connected is because of her grandfather, but not just only that. It's because she touched that other dimension when she was out on the porch, remember, on that dock?
Yeah.
She touched the other dimension. And so that's kind of it. Like, she could find the pockets. Like, for some reason, she could sense it.
For some reason, she was just a special girl.
Well, yeah, that's how these things are.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of done with the whole special chosen stuff sometimes. Like, I
don't think it's so much as chosen as she just kind of, there's people more sensitive to it, and she kind of stumbled into it.
Yeah, I guess it's just.
It's not so much as like predestination. Predestiny
but it also could be like it also could be argued that she is, because it's like her grandfather did the thing with the tower, and it's like, whoa. It's like maybe there was a thing that happened to make her.
Well, I think it's also because he was really sensitive to it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe that's because now she's a little bit more sensitive, just like her grandpappy. So it's like I wanted more explanation on it. To me, it was just that it happened. That weird thing on the dock was just a weird thing on the dock. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't connect to me. That later on she's just very sensitive to it. No, it's 3 years later. She's the key to the world, either dying or something like that. That was pretty much just how I saw it. It was just, hey, girl, hey. 3 years later, coma, wake her up. World dies. Don't do it. Like, that's how I saw it. And it's just, again, it goes back to not a very good job of explaining things, and not very good job.
So basically, what she did, she slipped into another dimension. Okay.
Yeah, no, I got that.
No, let me finish. Dear Lord Isaiah, let me finish. Okay. She slipped into another dimension. That's a big no-no. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then she got trapped there. That's what happened. She got trapped. She got phasing in and out of that dimension. That's why she became the key. Is pure accident.
Yeah.
And the fact that she couldn't get out of it, like she was physically like trapped, like she couldn't save herself, like that was the problem. And it all comes back to the tower and how they really didn't understand what the tower did, and that's kind of how the whole movie is. It's like, what is the tower? And so it's not as sporadic as you make it sound.
No,
but it does. I mean, you are right that it doesn't have a very good exposition on its story.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a simple boy who needs explaining in his movies sometimes, especially ones like this, where it just kind of, I don't know. It's I don't know. My part of reviewing for this movie is done. Do you have anything else to add for it?
No, and I think I know what we'll do for our homework next week.
Yeah?
It's going to be another one of his films, the best of his films, so we can have a better taste.
Hopefully. I also would like to see, if anyone else would like to, a review on Ex Machina, because that was a really interesting movie to me that I saw recently.
It's on my list.
It's on your list?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just let me know when you're going to go watch it so I can just rent it again. So I can have it fresh in my mind. But yeah, maybe if anyone else listens to this and we'll have in time, we might have you guys make your inputs on it as well.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Who knows?
But
You want to know who knows? Tetsuya knows.
let's just take a look at the storyline here, as put up by IMDb. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It says the story takes place in an alternate post-war period in 1996, where Japan is divided. Hokkaido is ruled by the Union, while Honshu is, and other southern islands are U.S. authority. A tall tower was built on Hokkaido, which could even be seen from Tokyo. In the summer of 1996, 3 middle school students make a promise they'll cross the border with a self-constructed plane and unravel the tower's secret, but the project was abandoned after the girl, Sayuri Satowari, became mysteriously ill and transferred to Tokyo. Years later, on the brink of another war, Hiroki Fujisawa finds out that Sayuri... Sorry, the last names are really complex.
Yeah.
Had been in a coma since then, and he asked Takia Shirakawa to help him in finding a way to wake her up.
Yeah, I guess that's like their own. Yeah. What does it have for a rating?
It's got a 7.3
Out of 10?
10.
Yeah. All right. It's not what I give it, but it's good.
It won an award.
What?
It won the best animation film in 2005 by the Mainichi Film Concours. The Japanese award.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I guess that's it for homework. Things we're looking forward. Did we already do things looking forward to?
We kind of already did that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What next?
Well, without further ado, this is us signing off.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.